Amanda here. Yeah, so this is Vlogmas 21. Gosh, can't believe I've done 21 videos, or near enough to 21 videos. Actually, scratch that's 20 videos, isn't it? But anyway, yeah. So today, by the thumbnail that you see, is I'm going to do a bit of history on jigsaws, because I feel that when I did the book one and the postcard one and the cigarette card one, people quite liked it, quite liked a bit of history. So yeah, so I'm doing a bit of history on jigsaws today. And then I'm going to go through some jigsaws that I've picked up over the last couple of weeks, all Christmas related ones. Yeah, just thought we'd have a bit of fun really. Go through the pictures, go for obviously how many pieces there are. Now, I have not counted every single piece in every single jigsaw, and you'll see the reason why. Because I have quite a lot of jigsaws. All these jigsaws cost me under £5, so between £1 and £3, which actually isn't too bad. Yeah, and I've got quite a few to show you. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do the history of jigsaws. So I don't know if you're aware of the history of jigsaws at all, but the first jigsaw puzzle was created by a map engraver called John Spilsbury in 1762. He mounted one of his master maps onto wood and then cut around the countries. He gave it to children in the local school to help them with their geography education, and in doing so, the jigsaw puzzles were invented. The term jigsaw comes from the special saw called a jigsaw that was used to cut the puzzles, but not until the saw was invented in the 1880s. So I'm not too sure what they called them before that. I couldn't actually find out what they were called before jigsaw puzzles, but I suppose they've always been known as jigsaw puzzles. But yeah, so 1880s that was. It was around the 1800s that jigsaw puzzles started to become popular with adults as well as children. However, it wasn't until the Great Depression of the 1930s that jigsaw puzzles started to become very, very popular. In the 1930s, Victory Puzzles produced wooden puzzles in higher quantities and put them in boxes with the finished image on it. Before this time, there were no boxes with images on for to follow when completing your jigsaw. Which is very odd, isn't it? Because I'm sure, unless my jigsaw, I had a Gibson's jigsaw a long time ago now. In fact, I sold it on a car boot sale when I did a car boot once. But it was a really old jigsaw, and I would have bet my bottom dollar it was probably earlier than 1930s, but I don't know, it might not have been. It just looked really, really old. It was a Gibson's one, a really old one, and it was like a treasure island with a pirate on it. It was, yeah. And I had it for ages and ages, and I kept it, thinking, I'm just going to keep this. And then I ended up selling it on a car boot sale, but yeah. But I've had a few of the Victory puzzles as well. The Victory puzzles are really good. I've also had, in the 1950s, 60s, there were the circular jigsaw puzzles that had all different sort of things on them around. They're still very collectible, and I have sold, when I've ever picked one of those up, I've sold it straight away on eBay. So yeah, they are very collectible. Those jigsaw, there's like a round sort of version. I suppose you could, I think I've had one where I've had all the seasons, for instance, like there was 12 months of the year, and they had all different scenes, like, you know, like summer scenes, like girls in little hats and things, and you know, the sunshine, and then in the snowy bit as well, you know, you've got robins maybe with like children as well. So it was like a really nice jigsaw as well. So yeah, I've had quite a few of those, circular ones, so they are quite popular. I think I've had a London one as well at some point, but yeah, I'm digressing a bit here. But yeah, so jigsaw puzzles were generally still made of wood right up until about the outbreak of the war in 1939. It was around the start of World War II when plywood was in very short supply. So when the plywood became in short supply because of the war, they then had to think of something different. So jigsaw puzzles started to be made out of cardboard. However, initially the cardboard used was very poor quality. but it did make puzzles even cheaper. So then it brought the cost of it down and could continue to be enjoyed throughout this period. So obviously in the 1950s and 1960s as well, there's quite a few jigsaws. I actually picked up a jigsaw once of Snow White, and it was like, they were like blocks, and you could make like 6 different puzzles. So 6 different puzzles, because there was a different puzzle on each side, and it's in a wooden box. I always remember picking it up, and again I think I sold that in a car boot. I might have sold it on eBay, I can't remember, but it was a little box. It was absolutely beautiful, but it was definitely old Snow White, because you could tell, because the picture was different, you know, than the Disney one usually. So yeah, so it was really, but it was really, really nice. I remember that. So they used to make them in all different things as well. I mean, you know, we have jigsaws of every calibre, don't we? We have like Star Wars, Marvel, you know, all the different characters that come out throughout the years. And they will always do jigsaws on. You know, I think it's like, what, Paw Patrol now and things like that. A lot of Disney ones. I mean, I have still got a few Disney ones actually upstairs. And when I find the old Disney ones, I always pick them up. Sometimes they're only like 99p, and the little ones sometimes, but I still pick them up because I still think Disney jigsaws are probably still worth a bit of money, especially in the 1970s. But I can remember the Muppet ones. I don't know if you remember the ones I used to get them at Christmas. My mum and dad used to buy them for me, and they used to be in a tin, like sometimes a tin, sometimes just a cardboard tube. And I always remember them having like lids on them that you could always like just take off, a bit like a poster, sort of like those poster circular, you know, you can put posters in, almost like that. And I just remember them all being different sort of like characters as well. So there's got to be some of those around still. I mean, I can remember them in the 70s, and I've never come across one yet, if I was honest. But yeah, I can remember my mum and dad getting me those jigsaws. But also, I can remember my mum and dad as well, when we were children, having the jigsaw every Christmas. And we had a little table, and it was just by the fireside, and we had a jigsaw on there. And then, as I got older as well, my parents used to run a hotel, and they then had a jigsaw out for the guests as well. So I've always been brought up on jigsaws at Christmas. I do it the same as well myself. I put out usually on Christmas Eve. Usually on Christmas Eve, I put a jigsaw out, and we just sort of like, you know, go and have a bit here, go have a bit there type of thing, you know, when we're doing something. Maybe I'm doing the Christmas dinner, I'll just put a few pieces in, and usually by New Year it is completed. And yeah, I just think Christmas and jigsaws just go very well together. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know people do jigsaws all year round, you know, and people get a lot of satisfaction out of doing jigsaws. I think as well, in a way, they're quite good for your mental health as well. I really do believe in that, because like when you're a bit stressed, and when I'm a bit stressed, I'll get out jigsaw, because it gives your mind something to think about, and also, you know, in the picture. So I don't usually take out like a 2,000 or anything like that, obviously like a 500 or 250 piece one. But yeah, but no, I absolutely just love jigsaws. And it said in 1977, Ravensburger, jigsaws, which are very, very popular, and they are all over the world, debuted the world's largest puzzle of that time, with 5,000 pieces. So that's quite a big one, isn't it? Today, the world's largest Disney puzzle, which is called Memorable Disney Moments, and you can actually Google that, that clocks in at 40,320 pieces, and it took puzzle creators 650 hours to trace each of the 10 scenes by hand to be digitally rendered on the computer, and then another 400 hours to bend the steel sheets to create the cutting tool. So wow, just amazing, isn't it? However, I did find out that the most pieces, I believe is still the record, is 551,232 pieces, and that was made in 2011 at a university in Vietnam. Now, The Guinness World Record for completing an official jigsaw, it's only 250 pieces, was done in 13 minutes and 7 seconds, which actually is quite impressive, isn't it? Because if you even think of a 250-piece jigsaw, that's quite a lot. On September the 28th, 2005, the most expensive jigsaw puzzle was sold at a auction for $27,000. The 467-piece was handmade by Rachel Page Elliott. So I believe that she was very good at jigsaws and used to do a lot of animal scenes as well. Obviously, at Christmas, we have a Waddington's original limited edition, usually every Christmas. I have managed to pick up 2 of those on my travels, which I'll show you in a minute. And yeah, obviously we've got, you know, we have Gibsons, we have Falcon, Wentworth, Waddington, obviously, and we also have those. Well, I never can say what they're called. I'll just spell it out to you, and then I won't look a fool then if I don't say it the wrong way. But it's spelled WASGGJIS, and they're the type of jigsaws that, like, well, so what you're looking at. So you actually have the actual scene on the actual box, but then you've got to use your imagination. So basically, you have clues that are provided to piece together what the characters are actually looking at. So, for instance, if you have one where you've got like they buy cars or something, and then they find that they're actually looking in at a window, that sort of thing. Yeah, they are quite complicated, but still very popular. Yeah, so I'm going to show you some jigsaws now. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of history on jigsaws. I just remember, as I say, jigsaws when I was a child. Obviously, you've got the small, you've got the younger ones that have like the wooden pieces, and you can still get a lot of those as well. Still vintage ones of those. I've picked up quite a few vintage old jigsaws like that, where the pieces sort of like go in. I think it was a Noah's Ark one I picked up once. It was probably like 1950s. So you've got obviously with the little ones. Then you've got maybe to 5 to 8. You've got the bigger piece ones, haven't you? I mean, I can remember like when my children were young, I used to buy the Postman Pat ones that were the floor puzzles. So I used to do loads of. I think there was a Spot as well, if I can remember rightly. Even the early learning centre as well, you used to be able to get all those big sort of jigsaws. And then the girls obviously started to get older. I used to buy them, the ones from the early learning centre were like the animal ones, like the jungle ones and the British wildlife ones and things like that. So, you know, they would just get a feel of sort of like when they did a jigsaw about what animals actually look like and the history of them. I mean, I think these days gone by now, everything's digital. Everything's on a phone, you know. Children can do a jigsaw on a phone nowadays, you know, do puzzles on phones and things like that. Whereas when we were young, and I'm probably going back a few years now, you know, we didn't have anything like that, you know. I can even remember those puzzles where you had, they were like in tiles, and you had to sort of like move it to make another one and make the actual picture on those as well. So there's all different ways of doing puzzles, isn't there? And keeping your imagination going. I think that's what we need still in life, don't we? Because it does keep your brain active. Definitely does keep your brain active. I mean, I'd love to see my children in sort of like 30, 40 years time, if I'm still alive, you know, and how their brains are actually going to work. Because I sometimes do worry about the fact that, you know, we just seep it all in, don't we, and things, and then sometimes it just doesn't, once it's gone, isn't it? So, yeah. But anyway, never mind me digressing. I'm always digressing, aren't I, with you? Sorry, guys. So I picked up, I'm going to show you, I picked up the corner piece ones. Now, this is a Village Christmas, if you can see that. This one is a corner piece one. Now, the corner piece one are usually done by the works, so it's not an old one, it's just, you know, a modern one. But I do like the scene of it. I love the little van there. It's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? And people exchanging sort of like Christmas cards and gifts, and you know, really nice snowy scene, sort of like in a little village. And it's got the post office and village store there. They're always cute, aren't they? So yeah, so I think, you know, with the church as well, I think it's a really nice, you know, jigsaw with a nice little Christmas snowy scene on it. And this one cost me £1.99. So yeah, so that's a 500 piece one, 48 by 34 centimetres. And as I say, I haven't counted any of these, so I just bought them just to show you, really. So this one is a Puzzle World one. This is Santa's armchair jigsaw puzzle. Again, it's the same. It's a 500 piece one. It's 48 by 35 centimetres. You can see Santa, bless him, he's in his sort of like chair. I'm not too sure if that's before Christmas or after Christmas. Maybe. He's got his list somewhere. There it is. There's his list. His list of Santa for all those children. And yeah, and he's got his boots off, and he's by the fire, and he's got some nice stockings up there. And he's got a quill. So it's quite an old sort of like picture here, because obviously the quill there, you know, obviously Santa's always been that sort of like age, hasn't he? So it could be done in the North Pole, this one, who knows. But yeah, but again, it's just a nice, really like vintagey kind of look of jigsaws. I do love the vintage look jigsaws, I must admit. You know me, I have a passion for vintage anyway, so anything to do with vintage, anything to do with jigsaws, yeah, I'm there. So yeah, so again, that's 500 pieces, and again, that one cost me 99p, that one. So the next one, again, these ones, this one was a little bit more expensive, but I liked it because it was just depicting another Christmas sort of scene with Santa, but had some children this time and just by the tree. And I love it because it's just a very warmth one, isn't it? It's, you know, the little girl's playing with Santa's hat, you know, which is cute, and she's sort of reaching out, and she's with Santa, and he's got his arm around her. And then obviously the other one, they're dressed up in Victorian as well, Victorian dress. So this is, you know, this is like a, you know, like a Victorian scene one. And you've got the young boy there who's dressed obviously, and then you've got the little girl who's poking into Santa's sack, you know, in the toy sack, and going, oh, look at all these lovely things in the toy sack. And then you've got obviously the children sort of like have opened some of the presents. You've got a little dog. It's just a lovely little scene, beautiful fireplace. So yeah, so I thought, wow, that's amazing as well. So I got that one, and again, I paid £3 for that one. But as I say, the reason I paid £3 is because I just thought it was just such a lovely scene. And again, that's another corner piece one. So again, that's a works one, a modern one. But again, very, very nice, as you can see. So picked that one up for £3. The next one, again, I paid £3 for this one as well. But this one is lovely because of the cat. Can you see the cat? I've got a ginger cat like that called Reggie. So that's kind of why I picked it up, because I thought he just looked like Reggie, really, in a way. And I love nostalgia anyway, as you know. So this for me was great, with all the stockings on the fireplace, the lovely tree with all the presents underneath, the lovely armchair, and I think the books as well. It just oozes sort of like that nostalgic, vintage, you know, fireplace, you know, lounge. You can just imagine it, can't you? It's just beautiful. And the wreath as well, just here. Yeah, just to me, just sort of like oozes sort of like vintageness, if that's a word. Yeah, and I just love it. I just loved it. So yeah. So again, I paid £3 for that one. Again, it's the works. It's not a modern one, but again, you know, just love it. Just love the cat. Love the cat on that one. Right, the next one that I picked up was this one. This is a W.H. Smith one. And the reason I picked it up, it says complete November 2022, so this one has been actually counted. I just love this. I just think they're absolutely beautiful. So it's of the choir here. It's like a painting. It's actually like a painting, this one. And you've got obviously the Christmas trees and the houses, and it's snowing, and little snowmen there, and little boys around the Christmas tree, and the snow, and with the it's just such a lovely, and there's a river as well there, you know, with the church. I just think it's a lovely, lovely snowy scene for Christmas. And again, I paid £2 for this one. So, and this one is complete as well. So if you were to do this one at Christmas, I'm just poking there behind you there. If you were to do this one at Christmas, then yeah, you know that it would be complete. So you would get all the pieces. There's nothing worse than getting a jigsaw, doing the whole jigsaw, and then one piece is missing. That is the most annoying thing in the whole wide world. Well, it is for me anyway. Then I picked this one up because I'm a sucker for vintage, and this is definitely a vintage one. It is like definitely Victorian times, but it's just beautiful. Now, I don't know how long this would take to do because it's 1,000 pieces, this one, but look at that. How stunning is that? Can you see it? So yeah, so it's absolutely beautiful. It's a carousel, and it's got Santa in the middle there. It's got lots of children in lots of different outfits of Victorian era. It's just a beautiful, beautiful scene, I think. You've got the snow obviously on the rooftops. You've got snow down. You've got beautiful like little flowers here, if you can see them there in the baskets, which are absolutely adorable. You've got children just sitting on the carousel and the horses. So yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful scene. I absolutely love that one. And that was 1,000 pieces. And again, I've not counted it. And again, it's from the works. And it's another corner piece one, but that one is a 1,000 piece one, not a 500 piece one. So we've got that one. Then we had this one. This one was worth, this is £2.49. This is a Gibson one. Now the Gibson ones I do pick up a lot because I know Gibsons are quite very good. But I love this one, and it's just a pure simple one called Final Touches, and it is literally just three children with a little puppy. He's got a puppy in his he's got a puppy there, hasn't he, in his arms, bless him. And there's 2 dogs there as well. Well, you know, I'm a sucker for dogs as it is. And 2 children there just taking the final touches of the snowman's scarf. A beautiful snowy scene, as I say, very simple, very plain, but you know what? I love those sort of ones. They're absolutely beautiful. And it just shows the essence of children enjoying themselves, doesn't it? Really, that one captures it. So yeah, so I absolutely love that one. So again, that one is 250 pieces, so that shouldn't take too long to do. Probably more than 13 minutes for me, but yeah. But just a lovely little one, really. So yeah, I really like that one. Then we've got, which one shall we go for next? Oh, so I love Ravensburg, as you know. And I will pay up for Ravensburg ones. These were only £2.99, which I thought was actually really, really reasonable. I got these ones in Oxfam, in Russington. And this is a Ravensburger one. It's just a lovely, lovely scene, isn't it? It's called The Christmas House. And it says here on it, the owners of the Christmas house love to decorate their home during the festive season with every bit of the house and garden laden with beautiful displays. What a fantastic place to enjoy, take photos and even share with others via video call. Beyond the house we see the lights of the snow-covered village and church, cottages perched on the hillside and a rich blue sky sprinkled with stars. Even Santa dashes by to check out the beautiful scene. So there you go. I've just read it to you, just what's actually in there. But yeah, isn't it beautiful? It's all the lights there. Look at all the lights. There's so many lights there. It's absolutely amazing. Mind you, if it was in the UK, in this country, in 2022, it'd be costing a fortune for lights. Unfortunately, we don't see as many lights. There's not as many lights obviously in the houses, I've noticed this year, because people just can't afford the electricity, which is a real shame, because I love Christmas lights and I love them on houses. I usually have lights up on my house. I haven't done it this year. Just can't afford it. The electric is just too expensive. But hey ho, never mind. Hopefully next year will be better. We hope. So yeah, so this is a Ravensburg one. The Ravensburg ones always do a number as well. So this one says it's number 168491. And usually you can put that into Google and it should come up with this actual jigsaw. So that's always a good way as well if you're not too sure. Or sometimes, you know, they've come and you can't really see the picture, or there's just ways. This is a limited edition one as well, so it's a limited edition one, and it is, I don't even know what year it is. Does it say a year on here? Nope, no year. Obviously Ravensburg as well is American, isn't it? It's an American company, but yeah, really good. So it says that it's 70 by 50 centimetres, which is approximately 27 by 20 inches. Yeah, and yeah, absolutely lovely. Love it. Love those lights. So that's another one. We've got another Ravensburg one here. This one is, again, it's not a limited, yeah, it is a limited edition one actually. This is a limited edition one as well. Again, £2.99, premium puzzles. I don't actually know if they, sometimes they do have, I haven't even checked them. Yeah, this one obviously is in a bag, but we don't know if that's actually all complete because they haven't put it as complete. But it's another limited edition one, and it's called The Festive Farm. So it says, we all know that the Santa works hard on Christmas Eve, but what does he do for the rest of the year? This high quality jigsaw puzzle imagines that he lives a low-key life away from the North Pole, running a small farm hidden in the depths of the countryside, so he spends most of the year looking after his livestock, growing Christmas trees and running a farm shop. But when the festive season approaches and customers come to buy their Christmas trees, he always likes to give them a little treat by offering sleigh rides across the rolling hills. And because he's acting the role of a farmer in fancy dress, he uses horses rather than his magical reindeer to pull the sleigh. Do any of his customers realise who he really is? So again, that's a lovely one as well. It's upside down. That's a lovely one as well. I'm not too sure whether it's because it's just been put on the wrong way, I think. But yeah, I think it's just been put on the wrong way because it's upside down on that side. So I think we just do this and take it off again. Put it the right way. That's it. Right, that should now tally. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, so it's alright on the front now. That just really annoys me, things like that. I know. I haven't got OCD, but you know when things just annoy you. I had to just change that very quickly. Sorry about that. Yeah, so just lovely. It's got the tractor, it's got the house as well, all decorated. It's got like little chickens as well, right, coming out of the windows, which is cute. That's what I love about especially Christmas ones. All the different little scenes they've got, and the different little, like, they just have these little touches sometimes, but if you look really, like, you know, closely, like, you know, sleigh rides today, like a little sign there. You know, we've got the little pigs and the pigsty just peeping out there, you know. So it's just incorporated with the farm completely, but it's just children and families enjoying Father Christmas on his sleigh. And again, he doesn't have reindeers, like I said. So yeah. So again, lovely, lovely limited edition of Ravensburg again. And again, it would have a number somewhere. Yes, the number there says 194520. So yeah, so that's a really nice one as well. So I loved that one. I'm piling them up here, hoping they're not going to tumble, guys. And again, we've got another one here. it doesn't say, does it say limited edition? Oh yeah, and it says 2010. So it's 2010 limited edition one. So this was done in 2010, which is actually like 12 years ago now. Complete October 2022, so it's been checked. And it is literally Santa's flying visit. So it just says that our wonderful illustration shows Santa and his team of reindeer swooping down out of the starry sky, about to land and deliver presents to the children. At Holytown Farmhouse, the farmhouse is beautifully decorated with sparkling lights, and Santa, please pause here, banner looking through the farmhouse windows, we can see the adults asleep in the front of the fire. But the children of the house are wide awake, their parents will never believe the stories in the morning. So that's a lovely one, isn't it? So it's basically, it's like, you know, it's just capturing your imagination, isn't it? You know, the Holytown farm, and you know, they're asleep by the fire. That sounds good to me at the moment. You know, Santa's here with his reindeer, and the children are there, you know, and they're just absolutely in the window, right at the window there, because the two children, and they've seen Santa come down in his sleigh with his reindeer and lots of presents, you know, and just it's just such a lovely scene. I just love these Christmas jigsaws. They're just so beautiful. And again, you've got the snowman looking up there, which is really cute. You can see that the snowman's looking up, really cute. It looks a bit like the snowman out of the snowman. But yeah, and the dog's looking up as well. So it's just it's little quirky things like that that I really do like about jigsaws. You know, because they do kind of put things in there that you actually don't really see unless you actually look at it. And again, even the robin there, bless it, is looking up as well. So again, it's another limited edition. This one's 2010. And again, it would have a number here, which it does. And again, it's 1,000 pieces. So that was 3,000 pieces. 1, 2, 3. So 3 Ravensburg ones of 1,000 pieces. So, right, I'll leave those two till last. And we'll come to this one. So again, this is another W.H. Smith one. So the W.H. Smith ones, the W.H. Smith ones, the only thing I don't like about W.H. Smith is they don't really have anything on the back, you know, to kind of like catch your imagination. But this is Christmas at the Toy Shop. So it's obviously an old one. You've got the sweet shop there. So again, vintage. You've got the toy shop as well, but again, it's like a painted scene again, isn't it? So you've got all the snowy bits and you've got all the different colours. I mean, this would be a really probably quite hard one, I would have thought, to do, because you've got so many snowy bits, and the windows as well they look all the same to me on this. Yeah, so I think I would really struggle with the jigsaw bit here. But again, it's a lovely, lovely scene, just of people sort of looking up. And yeah, I mean, it looks to me as though it's quite modern. The people look quite modern, if I was honest. Whether it could be in the 60s maybe, or the 50s, but definitely it has got a very old toy shop there. So, yeah, so... Again, really nice jigsaw, and 1,000 pieces again. So yeah, so we got that one, and then Falcon is a really, really good brand as well. So Falcon here. So this one is a limited one. I always try and pick up the limited ones. So this one has got a 3,000 puzzle in it as well, so it's limited edition one, so it's got 2 in it. So this one was $2.99 again, and this has got like the toy shop in it again. It's got like a Christmas tree, it's got Father Christmas obviously there up in the sky. You've got, it looks like 40s 50s outfits there that people are wearing, so I'm guessing it's 40s 50s probably seen. Could be in London. Looks quite sort of Londonified there, doesn't it? But you get a free £1,000 piece puzzle here, which is of Santa, and he looks like he's going over London. Is it over London? It is over London, yeah. That's over the Houses of Parliament. So you're getting a free one of those as well. So I think that's a really, really good one. You get the free jigsaw in there. It's a limited edition. I'm just going to check. Yes. And also, what they have is a picture as well in this one of. So you don't have to, sometimes you don't have to just have the board bit here and you have to put it up somewhere just to see the picture. Yeah, or there's two people doing it at the same time, and they're like, "Oh, just give me that a minute. I just want to look at that." And then you go, "Oh, I just want to look at that," and then so it just goes from one to the other. There's actually another one here for this one, so you can actually use that as well to look. So that's a bonus straight away. And the bonus here with these ones is they have been taped up, and they have been checked. It says so. Yeah. So we hope, we pray, that they're all there. So that's one free jigsaw there as well, which I think is absolutely fantastic to get a free jigsaw like that. So yeah, get two for the price of one in that one. Right, so we've got a really big tall tower here. You can't really see it, we can see it, but it's quite tall. Right, so I've left the last two, which are the Waddington ones. So the Waddington ones are the limited editions. Now you can get these each and every year. I'm not too sure exactly when they started, but the one good thing about Waddington's special edition ones are you need to like do a challenge within the actual jigsaw. So for instance, this one is the search is on, your challenge is to find the 10 references to swans hidden in this puzzle. So you need to find the swans in the puzzle, if you can see there. And it says, a Victorian Christmas, the limited edition Christmas puzzle is the 7th in the series from Waddington. So it says the 7th in the series. It's a unique 2,000 Christmas tree decorations included with your puzzle, as well as a certificate of authenticity. As a limited edition, it could well become a collector's item in years to come. Treasure hand down from generation to generation. So yeah. So you just have to find them all. In amongst the puzzle, we have cunningly hidden 10 references to swans. Can you find them all? So that's what they've done. So, and it says it's complete. It says 2012-20. It was actually looked at, and it hadn't seemed to have been opened. So it might have been opened again. Who knows? But it is a beautiful one. It's got Swan and Son as well up there, which I don't know whether that's a reference or not. It could be, because it says Swan and Son. And again, it's a Victorian scene, and again, it's got lots of lights. So again, I think I would really struggle with this one myself, with lots of yellow light, because just to fit everything together. I do prefer a jigsaw. I love Christmas jigsaws, but I love it with lots of things in it. So if you've got like lots of toys and things, like the one I showed, like carousel one would really appeal to me, because I love all different colours and things like that, and it's not, I don't find it's hard. I definitely find this one really hard. I don't know about you guys, but you probably, you know, it's really hard with the with the light bit. But it's a lovely Victorian scene, so yeah. So that's the Waddingtons one, and it doesn't tell you what year this one is actually. I thought it might, but it does give you the answers on the back if you want to cheat and look at them, but yeah. It doesn't tell you what date it was done. Some of them do, sometimes some of them don't. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, 2000. This one was 2000. This was the 2000s. This is Millennium one. Yeah, Millennium one. Yeah, limited edition. I think there was two of them. There was one also limited edition, one of Waddington's in 2000, where something to do with like gold or something. I think was in it. Something like that. Very like little bits of gold. But yeah. I remember the Millennium Jigsaw, Waddington's one. And this one here is, well, I think this is probably left the best till last. This is the Waddington's one again, and it's called The Night Before Christmas, so clearly Christmas Eve. Everybody is just, you know, singing carols. The guy there with mince pies, and a pie's actually fallen off his off his tray there, bless him. There's some people there on the ice, you know, luckily not on the ice, but actually just on the snow bit, because we don't want children on ice. And yeah, and then you've just got all these like little different, you know, it's just such a lovely scene. And as I say, they're all vintage for me, a lot of these, and you know, I don't really like modern stuff anyway, so I prefer to have the vintage scenes. And the one good thing about this one is it says that Night Before Christmas on one side and selected elements from the Christmas carols on the other. So this is a special 1997 Christmas tree decorations included. A certificate of authenticity in a limited edition. This could well become a collector's item in years to come. Now, a lot of these, obviously, the decorations are not in anymore because a lot of people will take them straight out and put them on their Christmas tree, so they won't be here. But it says, and finally, to add to puzzling theme, reference to the 12 carols are also hidden within the main picture. You can find them all. The carols are Good King Wenceslas, I Saw Three Ships Go Sailing By, First Noel, Once in Old Davis City, Away in a Manger, While Shepherds Watch Their Flocks by Night, O Come All Ye Faithful, Silent Night, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Ding Dong Merrily on High, and O Little Town of Bethlehem. So there's 12 references to carols, and again, it is a double-sided. So it's double-sided, this one. So we have got, and this one is actually, they've still got the thing on there and everything, but look, somebody's actually still done it, so you can see somebody's actually done this, and they've just put it back, and as you can see, some of the actual references of the carols on the double-sided bit, so it's double-sided on one side, so that's really good. So you've got one side, which again is going to be difficult because obviously it's double-sided, but again, if you like a challenge, you know, it's not a bad thing. But yeah, so yeah, just lovely. So that's what I love about Waddingtons. They always, you never know what you're going to get each year. You never know what you're going to get with Waddingtons. They always manage to surprise you by doing these little things as well, which is also quite, well, it's good in a way, isn't it? Because it's a little bit different, and that's what I love about them. So yeah. So guys, hope you enjoyed that with me. Yeah, I just loved it. I love talking about Jigsaw. I just love talking about history and vintage stuff anyway, as you know. So I hope you really enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you want any more content at all, or to see any more content. And if you want to see another video of mine, then click the notification bell and it will tell you when I'm uploading again. So yeah. So really hope you enjoyed this. I really did enjoy doing these ones. I do enjoy the history ones, I must admit. Bit of a history nerd, I suppose, but yeah, love history. But anyway, guys, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. What will it be tomorrow? Vlogmas 22. Wow. Okay, see you tomorrow, guys. Take care.